About a week ago, Joey Vantes released his debut album, Careless. 3 weeks ago, I reviewed his lead single of the same name, which featured Asaya Ziv, and it was a huge mess of a song, both morally and musically. If you're interested in seeing that review, it's linked in the description below. Hopefully the album doesn't follow the same pattern. Let's find out. Track 1 is Intro. It's not a song though. It's just Joey doing a monologue about how being independent for him doesn't just speak for the music, but his whole lifestyle. He vows to use his God-given creativity to make a masterpiece of a discography that'll supersede anything anyone listening to his album could ever release. Real big talk, if you ask me. For a short intro, it's alright, but not something me, and let's face it, most people will ever go back to again. Track 2 is the lead single, Careless, featuring Asaya Ziv. I've already reviewed this one on my channel, so if you're interested, I'll have it linked in the description below. But basically, I didn't like it. Both on a musical and a Christian moral standpoint, it's pretty bad. Track 3 is Dark Days. The song is about how Joey went through a lot of dark days in the past, but he stayed strong, eventually got through them, and is now winning. I thought the song was okay. Coming off the Careless title track, Joey's auto-tune delivery still isn't good in my opinion. On the chorus, he sounds fine, but when he starts reaching for those high-pitched vocals in the verses, he sounds like he's trying too hard with the melodies. With all that said though, I can't deny that his flow is solid throughout the song. Solid enough to create a catchy vibe that I would actually want to listen to again. Track 4 is Down For You, featuring Careless. This song is about both rappers being loyal to and taking care of their respective females. I thought this one was pretty good. Joey manages to keep the autotune at a respectful pitch as he delivers a good flowing melodic verse and catchy hook. As soon as I saw Careless featured and heard this beat, I knew he was going to steal the show. I liked his added punchlines, his flow was great, and I liked how his verse was longer. Overall, this is my favorite song thus far. Track 5 is Bars. This one's less of an actual song and more of a short spoken word a cappella. In it, Joey talks about succeeding on his own terms by the grace of God. Although I respect the effort, the track doesn't live up to its title. His lyricism isn't trash, but at the same time, these were too basic to be considered bars. Add that to the track's short length, and this is another song that I won't be going back to. Track 6 is Sixpence. In the song, Joey addresses important problems relevant to these times, most notable being racism and the virus. This is what I thought the previous track, Bars, was going to be like. The wordplay here isn't impressive, but it's still good. I liked his flow, he did a good job with the subject matter, and the beat was fire. So this is a good one in my opinion. Track 7 is Vertigo. And for the first time in a long time, I have little to no idea what this song is about. I guess it's partly braggadocious mixed with some cliche, I came from the bottom, they tried to stop me lyrics, but it never really commits to an identity. The only parts of this song that I liked were the guitar beat and his flows, especially the smooth flow switch he did into the second verse. As for his delivery, he sounded like Lil Keed mixed with 645 AR, which if you're not aware of who they are, is a bad mixture. So Vertigo gets a no from me. I liked his flow, but the lack of focus and auto-tune heavy gimmicky delivery didn't do it for me. Track 8 is I Got Last, featuring 350 and No Big Deal. I'm pretty sure this song is about returning fire and self-defense, but I could be wrong. Joey's verse was short, but okay. He came on and did his usual braggadocious stick. On any other song, it would bother me, but since his verse is so short, it's passable. 350 had the best verse in my opinion. I've never heard of him prior to this song, so he made a great first impression. I liked his unique voice, his speed up slow down delivery, and his fire flow. No Big Deal gave the third verse, and honestly, I found it a bit underwhelming. His signature punchlines are there, but his usual laid-back delivery sounded a bit too laid-back on this song, to the point where he sounded dreary and half asleep. Overall, I'd say I Got Last was an okay song. Track 9 is Get Away featuring Dory Deshawn. The song is about both rappers needing time away from their loved ones to get their thoughts together, and it is the best song on the album so far. First off, that bass heavy beat is fire. Joey's verse here is his best performance so far. He's got the right amount of autotune on his voice, his flow is on point, and his melodies are nice and steady. While Joey did a good job, Tory went off on his verse. I like his for the same reasons why I like Joey's, but what set Tory's apart is the awesome flow switch he did right after the first third of his verse. Altogether, I really like this song, so let's see how Joey closes the album with the final track. Track 10 is Farewell. In this song, Joey articulates the hardships and struggles he had to go through to make his rap dreams come true. This is most definitely the best track on the album. Joey showed off great storytelling ability on this one, delivering two compact and introspective verses that eclipse everything that he did prior on this album. Just those alone would have made this the best track on the project, but the fact that he added that powerful story in the outro made it all perfect. He told a story about this old rich man who encouraged him to follow his dreams, and it was genuinely inspiring. I urge you to please listen to it for yourself. Trust me, you won't regret it. Since those are all the tracks, let's head into the final consensus. Careless is a good album, in my opinion. Sure, there were lows like the forgettable intro, the awful title track Careless, the false advertising of bars, and the confused auto-tune mess of Vertigo, but the highs were more frequent and memorable. He brought the vibes on Dark Days and Down For You, delivered a good enough banger with I Got Last, catchy melodies with Get Away, and powerful inspiration with Sixpence and Farewell. I'd encourage him to be smarter with his use of autotune in the future, because at times it can be overbearing. But besides that, I got just enough enjoyment out of this, which is why I give Careless by Joey Vantes a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload next. This has been Andre Darius, and I'll see you all next time. God bless.